Good evening, dear friends, Pinvatani. You are now joining our live program, live broadcast of Was Pinkang or religious observances during Was retreat. So we have made it possible for you to participate from home during these lockdown times, to engage in religious practices, especially these are the days when Buddhists engage in Dhamma activities, enhance their Dhamma knowledge and reflect and practice from wherever possible. So London Mindfulness Meditation Center has enabled this opportunity for you to practice from home. So today the puja is sponsored by Nishan Sanjeev and Mrs. Rupika Pahalavatta. The intention is to celebrate Nishan's 50th birthday, and the devotees have made the offerings, and we wish Nishan a very happy birthday. 50 is a big landmark, so it is important to reflect and also celebrate in many ways. However, London Mindfulness Meditation Center as well as myself wish Nishan a very happy 50th birthday today. And also Mrs. Rupika Pahalavatta would like to share merit with her departed brother-in-law, Siri Naga Disanaik, who passed away a month ago, as well as Mr. Nishan's father, who passed away 15 years ago, Mr. Jinadasa Pahalavatta, and many more relatives that they have passed away. May they receive our blessings, may they rejoice in our Pinkama, and may they make their lives happy wherever they are. So with those kind intentions, the sponsors Mr. Nishan and Mrs. Rupika Sanjeeva Pahalavatta have enabled you to participate and listen to the Dhamma as well. So we will start our puja by observing 5 precepts. So say Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa 3 times. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Panati Pata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Adinna Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Kamesu Miccācara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Suramiraya Majjapama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Tisaranena Saddhing Panchasilang Dhammang Appamadena Sampade Tabbang. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhammasarathi sattha deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. Buddhang jivitang yava nibbanang saranang gacchami. Ye ca buddha atita ca ye ca buddha anagata. Paccapanna ca ye buddha ahang vandami sabbada. Natti me saranang anyang buddho me saranang varang. Etena sacca vajjena hotu me jaya mangalang. Uttamangena vandehang padapangsu varuttamang. Buddheyo kalito doso buddho khamatu tang mamang. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko. Ehi passiko opanayiko paccattang veditabbo vinyuhiti. Dhammang jivitang yava nibbanang saranang gacchami. Ye ca dhamma atita ca ye ca dhamma anagata. Pancapanna ca ye dhamma ahang vandami sabbada. Natti me saranang anyang dhammo me saranang varang. Etena sacca vajjena hotu me jaya mangalang. Uttamangena vandehang dhamman ca tividang varang. Dhammeyo kalito doso dhammo khamatu tang mamang. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Yadidang cattari purisa yugani atta purisa puggala. Esa bhagavato savaka sangho. Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakhineyo anjali karaniyo. Anuttarang punyakhetang lokasati. Sanghang jivitang yava nibbanang saranang gacchami. Ye ca sangha atita ca ye ca sangha anagata. Pancapanna ca ye sangha ahang vandami සම්බදා නත්ථි මේ සරණං අඤ්ඤං සංඝෝ මේ සරණං වරං ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු මේ ජය මංගලං උත්තමංගේන වන්දේහං සංඝං ච ත්‍රිවිධෝත්තමං සංඝේයෝ කලිතෝ දෝසෝ සංඝෝ කමතු තං මමං ඝන සාරප්පදිත්තේන දීපේන තමදංසිනා තිලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේ නචෝතු මොක්ඛං පුප්පං මිලායාති යතයි ධම්මේ කායෝ තතහායාති විනාශ භාවං අදිවාසේතුනෝ බන්තේ පානීයං පරිකප්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පටිගන්හාතු උත්තම අධිවාසේතුනෝ බහන්තේ ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පටිගන්හාතු උත්තම අධිවාසේතුනෝ බහන්තේ සබ්බං සද්ධාය පූජිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පටිගන්හාතු උත්තම වන්දාමි චේතියං සම්බං සම්බඨානේ සුපතිට්ඨිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා යස්ස මූලේ නිසින්නෝව සබ්බාරි විජයං අකා පත්තෝ සබ්බඤ්ඤතං සත්තා වන්දේ තං බෝධිපාදපං ඉමේ හේතේ මහා බෝධි ලෝකනාතේන පූජිතා අහම්පිතේ නමස්සාමි බෝධිරාජා නමස්සතේ කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අච්චයං කමමේ බන්තේ පුරි පඤ්ඤ තථාගත කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අච්චයං කමමේ ධම්ම සම්දිට්ඨික අකාලික කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අච්චයං කමමේ සංඝ සුපටිපන්න අනුත්තර එතාවතාච අම්හෙහි සම්බතං පුඤ්ඤ සම්පදං සම්බේ දේවා අනුමෝදන්තු සම්බ සම්පatti සිද්ධියා එතාවතාච අම්හෙහි සම්බතං පුඤ්ඤ සම්පදං සම්බේ භූතා අනුමෝදන්තු සබ්බ සම්පatti සිද්ධියා එතාවතාච අම්හෙහි සම්බතං පුඤ්ඤ සම්පදං සම්බේ සත්තා අනුමෝදන්තු සබ්බ සම්පatti සිද්ධියා Idamme ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idamme ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Imina puñya kammene mami bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya. Idamme puñyam asavakkaya vahang hotu sambha dukkha pamuncatu. Sadhu sadhu sadhu. අද දවසේ අපි මේ සම්බන්ධ වෙලා සිටින්නේ London Mindfulness Meditation Center තුලින් දිනපතා විකාශනය කරන සජීවී විකාශනය කරන වස්පින්කම් මාලාවේ තව දවසක්. ඉතින් අද දවසේ දායකත්වයේ දරන්නේ නිශාන් සංජීව පහළවත්ත මහත්මයා, රූපිකා පහළවත්ත නෝනා මහත්මියත් බලාපොරොත්තු වන්නේ නිශාන් මහත්මයාගේ 50 වෙනි පන්දිනේ සමරන අද දවසේ ඒ බුද්ධ ආදී රත්නත්‍රේ ආශිර්වාද ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරගෙන ඒ ගිලම්පස බුද්ධ පූජාව පිරිත් සහ ධර්ම දේශනාවට දායකත්ව දරාගෙන ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරන්නේ ඒ නිශාන් මහත්මයාටත් පවුලේ සියලු දෙනාටම බුද්ධ ආදී රත්නත්‍රේ ආශිර්වාදයෙන් කායික සහ මානසික සුවළංගා වේවායි කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. ඉතින් ඒ තුලින් තමන් මේ විශේෂයෙන් මේ කාලේ නිදුක් නිරෝගී චිර ජීවනයේ ළඟා කරගෙන තමන් කරන කියන කටයුතු සියල්ල සාර්ථක කරගන්නට සියලු දහමි ප්‍රාර්ථනාවන් ඉෂ්ට වන්නට ඒ බුද්ධ ආදී රත්නත්‍රේ ආශිර්වාදය ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමින් අපි වෙනදා වගේ රත්න සූත්‍ර සහ ජයපිරිත සජ්ජායනා කරනවා. ඉතින් අපි ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා මේ මහත්මානන්ට නිරෝගී සුවය ළඟා වේවා. සියලු දහමි ප්‍රාර්ථනාවන් ඉෂ්ට සිද්ධ වේවා කියන හැඟීම මුල් කරගෙන ඉතින් සාදුකාරය කියලා පිරිත් සූත්‍රය සවන් දෙන්න. So we are going to chant Ratana Sutta as usual. Especially today, we are blessing Nishan, who is sponsoring the event today. To wish him a very happy 50th birthday. May all his righteous aspirations be fulfilled. May he receive and the blessings of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. May he also enjoy good health along with other family members. Enjoy good health. May all their righteous aspirations be fulfilled. May they be successful in every endeavors they take, and especially many happy returns of the day to Nishan, who is celebrating his birthday. So, as usual, we dedicate this to you, online community, listening to us. May the blessings of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha be upon you for your good health as well. May you receive all the blessings and enjoy every good health, happiness, and success. Furthermore, we dedicate the chanting to anyone who is ill and affected by COVID-19. May they receive blessings and gain speedy recovery and enjoy good health throughout. We also dedicate the chanting, as usual, to all the key workers, especially serving the nation as well as the patients and the families. So may the doctors and nurses also gain courage and determination. May they continue their valuable services. So with those kind intention, we will chant Paritta. So please listen to the chanting with great attention and respect. Samanta cakkavalesu atra gacchantu devata Saddhammang munirajassa sunantu sagga mokkadang Paritta savana kalu ayang bhadanta Paritta savana kalu ayang bhadanta Paritta dhamma savana kalu ayang bhadanta Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Yani bhutani samagatani bhummani vayani veyantalike sambeva bhuta sumana bhavantu atopi sakkacca sunantu bhasitam tasmahi bhutani sameta sabbe mettam karotha manusya pajaye divacaratto ca haranti e baling tasmahi nerakkata appamatta yankinci vittang idhva hurang va sagge suvayang ratanang panitang nano samang atti tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu khayang viragang amatang panitang yadajjaga sakya muni samahito natena dhammena samatti kinci idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu yang buddha settho parivannai sucing samadhimanantarikanyamahu samadhinatena samona vijjati idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu ye punggala atta satang pasattha cattari etani yugani honti te dakkhiniya sugatassa savaka ete sudinnani mahaphalani idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu ye suppayutta manasadalhena nikamino gotama sasanam hi te pattipatta amatang vigaiha laddha mudha nimbuting bhunjamana idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu yatinda kilo pathaving sitosiya chatubhivate bhiya sampakampiyo tathupamang sappurisang vadami yo ariya saccani avecca passati idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu ye arya saccani vibhavayanti gambhira panyena sudesitani kincapite honti busappamatta nate bhavang attamang adiyanti idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu sahavassa dassana sampadaya tayassu dhamma jahita bhavanti sakkaya ditthi vicikiccitanca silabbatang vapi yadatti kinci catuha payehi ca vippamutto cacabithanani abhabbo katung idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu kincapi sokammang karoti papakang kayena vaca udacetasa va abhabbo sotassa paticchadaye abhabbata dittha padassa vutta idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu vanappa gumbe yatha pussitagge gimhanamase pathamasmin gimhe tathupamang dhamma varang adesai nibbana gaming paramang hitaye idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu varo varanyo varado varaharo anuttaro ධම්මවරං අදේසයි ඉදම්පි බුද්ධේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු කීනං පුරාණං නවං නත්ති සම්භවං විරත්ත චිත්තා ආයතිකේ භවස්මින් තේඛීන බීජා අවිරුල් හිච්ඡන්දා නිබ්බන්ති ධීරා යථායං පදීපෝ ඉදම්පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු යානීද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වයන්තලික්ඛේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං බුද්ධං නමස්සාම සුවත්ති හෝතු යානීද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වයන්තලික්ඛේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං ධම්මං නමස්සාම සුවත්ති හෝතු යානීද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වයන්තලික්ඛේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං සංඝං නමස්සාම සුවත්ති හෝතු ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන දුක්ඛාවුපසමින්තු තේ ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන භයාවුපසමින්තු තේ ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන රෝගාවුපසමින්තු තේ සිරිදිති මති තේජෝ ජය සිද්ධි මහිද්දි මහා ගුණං අපරිමිත පුඤ්ඤාධිකාරස්ස සබ්බන්තරාය නිවාරණ සමත්තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස ද්වත්තෙන් සමහා පුරිස ලක්ඛනානුභාවේන අසිට්ඨන්‍යු ව්‍යංජන ලක්ඛනානුභාවේන අට්ඨුත්තර සත මංගල ලක්ඛනානුභාවේන සබ්බන්නරං ස්යානුභාවේන කේතුමාලානුභාවේන දස පාරමිතානුභාවේන දස උපපාරමිතානුභාවේන දස පරමත්ත පාරමිතානුභාවේන සීල සමාධි පඤ්ඤානුභාවේන බුද්ධානුභාවේන ධම්මානුභාවේන සංඝානුභාවේන තේජානුභාවේන ඉද්ධානුභාවේන බලානුභාවේන ඤේය ධම්මානුභාවේන චතුරාසීති සහස්ස ධම්මක්ඛන්ධානුභාවේන නවලෝකුත්තර ධම්මානුභාවේන අට්ඨංගික මග්ගානුභාවේන අට්ඨ සමාපත්ත්‍යානුභාවේන චලභිඤ්ඤානුභාවේන මෙත්තා කරුණා මුදිතා උපේක්ඛානුභාවේන රතනත්තය සරණානුභාවේන ත්වේහං සබ්බ රෝග සෝක උපද්දව දුක්ඛ දෝමනස්සු පායාසා විනස්සන්තු සබ්බ අන්තරායාපි විනස්සන්තු සබ්බ සංකප්පා ත්වේහං සමිජ්ජන්තු දීඝායුකෝ හෝතු සතවස්ස ජීවේන සමංගිකෝ හෝතු සබ්බදා ආකාශපම්බත වන භූමි තටාක ගංගා මහා සමුද්ද ආරක්ෂක දේවතා සදා තුම්හි අනුරක්ඛන්තු සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන බුද්ධ රතනං ධම්ම රතනං සංඝ රතනං තින්නං රතනානං ආනුභාවේන චතුරාසීති සහස්ස ධම්මක්ඛන්ධානුභාවේන පිටකත්තයානුභාවේන ජිනසාවකානුභාවේන සබ්බේතේ රෝගා සම්බේතේ භයා සබ්බේතේ අන්තරායා සම්බේතේ උපද්දවා සබ්බේතේ දුන්නිමිත්තා සම්බේතේ අවමංගලා විනස්සන්තු ආයු වඩ්ඩකෝ ධන වඩ්ඩකෝ සිරි වඩ්ඩකෝ යස වඩ්ඩකෝ Balavaddhako Vannavaddhako Sukavaddhako Hotu Sabbada Dukkharoga Bhaya Vera Soka Sabbe Paddava Aneka Antaraya Pi Vinassantu Cha Tejasa Jaya Siddhi Dhanang Labhang Sotti Bhagyang Sukhang Balang Siriyayu Cha Vanno Cha Bhogang Buddhi Cha Yasava Satavassa Cha Ayu Cha Jiva Siddhi Bhavantu Te Devo Vassatu Kalena Sassa Sampatti Hetu Cha Pito Bhavatu Loko Cha Raja Bhavatu Dhammiko Akasattha Cha Bhummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Loka Sasanang Akasattha Cha Bhummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Dhamma Desanang Akasattha Cha Bhummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Mang Paranti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so thank you for joining us with us so far. You have been joining us online to our daily Buddha Puja, Vandana, Paritta Chanting and Dhamma sermon followed by meditation. So during this vast retreat since 5th July we have been organizing this so that you can participate from home and engage in religious activities or observances during your evening hours, and especially because during this time devotees would normally go to temples every day if it was in a traditional country and engage in religious activities like this. So we have been offering this so that you can participate from home and also accumulate merit, especially during this vast retreat. So the series will end on October 24th when we hold our Kathina ceremony. So sponsorships are available and you can call us if you would like to. So today's sponsors were Mr. Nishan Sanjeeva Pahalavatta and Mrs. Rupika Sanjeeva Pahalavatta. So they sponsored the event to celebrate their Mr. Nishan Sanjeeva's 50th birthday. So we as a community, an online community, will wish him a very happy birthday, many happy returns of the day. May the blessings of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha and may the merit of the puja and Paritta Chanting and also the forthcoming Dhamma sermon, may all the merit accumulated be conducive for his well-being, for his happiness, for his good health and success. Similarly to all the family members, may they all be well, happy and peaceful and enjoy good health. So now we are going to continue with the ceremony. With this part is about reflecting on the Dhamma. So if you are new, as you know, we have been reflecting on every stanza from the beginning of the Dhammapada. So we will do selective reflection. So Dhammapada, if you are new to this, is a book with collective sayings of the Buddha. So as I always say, they were not said in this sequence as we are working on. They were collected everywhere, so advices to individuals or to a group of people, and sometimes a couple of verses to the same audience was uttered by the Buddha given the situation. So monks got together and collected this, and this is a nice book, and it is always important to reflect on this Dhammapada, so the words of the Buddha, the verses of the Dhamma, so when you read this at home, you can see it can really make a big difference, transform your way of living and thinking as well. So we decided to share some knowledge with you. So it might be old knowledge, but please take this as a reminder and also continue to engage in religious practices, and also listening to the Dhamma, Kalina Dhamma Savanam. It is a great blessing, so to listen to the Dhamma. So it is a good reminder, so that once we internalize those teachings, we will be able to practice mindfully when the situation arises. So we can see that the Dhamma is quite helpful to us, and so we will randomly choose the gathas and help you to reflect on it. So today I chose stanza number 15. Okay, so I'm skipping some gathas. So stanza number 15. So the gatha goes as such: Ida sochati, pecha sochati, papakari, ubhayatta sochati. So sochati, so vihanyati, disva kamma kilittamattano. Okay, so I won't go as twin verses, because then there will be a lot to talk about each verses. So the meaning here is, someone who engages in impure activities, or an evil-doer, will grieve here and hereafter. He will grieve in both states. Okay, he grieves, he is afflicted, perceiving the impurity of his own actions. Okay, so this is about repentance. It is about the actions that when one does, and how karma comes back to you. And also it is also talking about hereafter, which means someone will not suffer just in this life, but also in future lives. So the background story goes as such that in front of or nearby the Buddha's vihara in the Savatthi, there happened to be a butcher who used to kill pigs for obviously selling for his livelihood. The Chunda, who used to throughout his life, that was his livelihood, so throughout his life he used to do the killing. But it happened to be that one time these monks used to hear in the evening hours someone or pigs making noises. But when they spoke about this to the Buddha, and it seemed that actually he wasn't killing pigs, he was actually himself suffering, perhaps by actually recalling all the deaths that he have actually caused to the innocent animals, and therefore he was suffering even before his death, as well as he suffered after his death. So the story goes as such that he happened to be born in a woeful state, himself squealing like a pig. Okay, so I would like to just share, given the time, a bit of the word called papa here. So papakari ubhayatta sochati. Okay, so papakari means, papa is a word which in singular we say pau, or in Nepalese or in Sanskrit it's papa. Papa means wrong things, or evil things, or being wicked. Okay, so young children should not take, say, being wicked is as something good nowadays, but actually wicked here is about intentionally or something, an action or word that brings harm to other people. Okay, so we're looking at that from in today's context. Okay, so the opposite of this is called punya. So when you engage in something that is meritorious, we call it punya kamma or pin kamma. Okay, so punya here is about something like meritorious. So papa is also taken as like demerit, or sometimes something that brings you suffering, because punya is what brings you happiness. Okay, papa is what brings you suffering. So sometimes you can see that in lots of cases when we see people engaging in activities that are harmful for everyone, normally we would call it like papa kamma. Okay, papa kamma. So papakari, a person who is regularly doing evil things, is considered in this case papakari. Now there are lots of instances where which I will share gradually. Lots of instances where negative actions are called as papa. So negative actions, negative words, okay, and in Buddhism we also talk about negative thoughts. Now, if you look at this as some time ago, even like we discussed this yesterday, that karma here is something quite different in Buddhism. Now, when you look at the word punya, or merit, there were people who some time ago during the Buddha's time that they would do sacrifices to get rid of their bad karmas. Now, and in those sacrifices, obviously killing animals were also involved, or doing other sacrifices. Now, how can someone compensate their own bad karma, negative karma, by again doing another negative thing? So this was pretty much illogical during the Buddha's time. So sacrifices to get rid of their negative karma, or sacrifices to get rid of their mishaps or unfortunate states in life. Now, this does not work according to the way we Buddhists think about the word karma. So karma is not necessarily physical action. So because the word karma or karma is literally translated as action. So action is not just what we in Buddhism call as karma in this case. Obviously, the Vedic and maybe Hindu or some other religious understanding, like even Zoroastrian, they all have a different understanding of the word karma or actions. So actions or physically doing might also be karma, but Buddhism does not give a prime focus on that. What Buddhism says is Chetanahang bhikkhave kammang vadami. It is the thought, it is the intent, it is the volition, it is the process of thinking how that leads to someone to expose their actions and words. So we are talking about 3 doors in Buddhism. So when we say papakari, some people can be doing negative things, or someone can be wicked even in the thinking, not just in actions and words. Okay, so when we talk about this, we can see that when our actions are involved and our words are involved, we as a lay Buddhist practice what we call 5 precepts. So there are 3 things that someone could intentionally or unintentionally do something that could be perhaps effectively wrong for other people. So killing, stealing, and pursuing sensual or pleasures excessively, or misuse of senses, and or sexual misconduct. So those are the 3 physical actions a person might do to make sure to actually do something wrong. So harming someone can never be done out of love. So therefore you can see it is only a wicked mind that can harm someone. It is only a wicked mind or an evil mind that can actually do harming and stealing. It is the excessive desire that actually someone being controlled by desires will pursue sensual misconduct. So therefore panatipata, adinnadana, kamesu michachara is one of the basic 3 things which we can see even as in once you avoid this, the Buddha says in the Eightfold Path, it is right action, samma kammanta. If you are able to stop harming others, that becomes a skillful thing. If you are able to stop stealing, that becomes a skillful thing. If you are able to stop engaging in sensual or sexual misconduct, that becomes a skillful thing. Okay, it doesn't mean that people should not enjoy life in terms of living, but the misuse of senses is what is highlighted as kamesu miccha. So the word miccha is in terms of wrong context. Okay, so the opposite of miccha is samma. So however, as a lay person, to engage in entertainment or pleasure is okay, but as long as it is not in a misconduct in a category. So the misuse of senses is kamesu miccachara. So an evil person, actually, if you can bring into your head any person that actually is evil, sometimes will even try to be happy by doing something, and sometimes now sometimes you might not take this into a context, but sometimes you can see that some people, I remember some time ago, people used to video record with a happy slap. Okay, so they used to actually harm someone, they bully someone, or they actually do something wrong, and then they record that, and then they keep on entertaining themselves. Now obviously what we are trying to say here is some of the things, once it becomes a bit habitual, sometimes people forget that it will turn to be a norm situation. So when it is a norm situation, people habitually do things without realizing that they are doing something wrong, something evil. Okay, so that's why the Buddha says, in lots of places, what is this negative karma, or what is unskillful. So to categorize something as unskillful or papa would be like, if it is hurtful and harmful for yourself, if it is hurtful and harmful for other people, if it is hurtful and harmful for both parties. So this is the criteria Buddhism uses to identify what is right and wrong. Okay, now that doesn't mean that, obviously, if it doesn't harm any other person and you do something that is, socially accepted as like illegal things, that doesn't mean that it is wrong either. So therefore, in this case, we are talking about, the Buddha spoke that when a person continuously does something wrong, there is this understanding that we have to fix this thing. Okay, so I will come back to this as in terms of guilt in a minute, but let's look at the words. Someone, if someone habitually says a lie, it will be a norm for this person to always tell lies, and sometimes people might even take white lie as okay or permissible. We got to start thinking what is the intention behind that. Okay, so being truthful, musavada. Okay, parusavacha is being speaking harsh words. And sampapalapa is gossip, engaging in fruitless talks, and pisuna vacha is backbiting or trying to divide the community. Okay, so you can see that when we engage in certain things that are quite wrong, someone with a good state of mind will realize what, or someone with a good mindset can see that this action or these words are pretty much wrong. Okay, so sometimes when it comes to justice, some people do actually realize the validation or perhaps even the understanding of certain things. However, what Buddhism focuses is the word cetana or intention. When a person did something, what was the intention behind this? Okay, so those physical actions and physical words are what we observe sila for, to actually restrain ourselves. So we are all humans, we are all putujanas, we are all in the sansara, so we do make mistakes, we do actually happen to do certain things. Now this story, these things are not to make us feel guilty, but it is to actually realize and then move forward and transform yourself to have a better living in future. Okay, so if you look at like Angulimala's story, he also happened to be in a wrong state of mind and continued to be a serial murderer. But we know that reformation can take place within everyone. Everyone can change. Okay, so Angulimala, once he realized that what he was doing wrong, he was able to completely let go and change his way of living and way of thinking, and therefore he happened to actually attain enlightenment. He became an arahant by listening to the Buddha's words. So we are not talking about repentance as such, or we are not that we cannot actually change ourselves. We are also not talking about like the straightforward results that things can bring, but we should not actually mix ourselves that or delude ourselves in terms of compensation. I don't think so there is compensation style of thinking here, because we do know that there are certain things where when we do certain things, when you plant a mango seed, we'll get a mango tree. But what I would always want to say is, once you realize what you have done, and if you change, when you fall into a hole, you learn how to get out of it, and you don't try to fall in the same hole. Okay, so by karma you might fall into a hole, by any reasons you might come into a state of experience, but we have to learn how to get out of it and be mindful in future. And when that mindfulness starts developing, we will then we can do lots of meritorious deeds, not in terms of compensation, but actually in terms of realizing that this is the rightful way, this is the right way to live. And then that is how we then move on, because Angulimala did the same thing. He realized his error, he realized that he was doing something wrong, and he moved on. So in terms of if a person does not realize that what you have been doing wrong, then this person is the person who will always start to think about, okay, these are the things that I did. So that's why it is always important to actually make sure that we are not actually thinking about the wrong things all the time, because habitually we should be able to move or do good things and always try to move away from there. Okay, so when we are thinking positively all the time as a habit, then what we say, the thoughts from the errors from the mind done, wicked things from the mind, all called avijja, domanas, and miccha ditthi, those three will not be existent in our own personal life. So once we are physically and verbally quite restrained and mindful, we will not allow temptations to drag you and take you away. What we will do is avijja is about being jealous about other person, being very covetous or very greedy about other people's things. Domanas avijja, then vihingsa would be about harming others, wanting to harm others. Lastly, about miccha ditthi, which we don't have time to talk about these three things, which I will talk another day. But when we actually realize samma ditthi, as I said yesterday, then the thinking pattern will always be positive. So we will then be able to do good things, and when we do good things, they will become the intermittent kammas. They will become the kammas that are helpful for our next life. Okay, so when you say papakari ubhayata sochati, so the word sochati is about repenting and thinking about it all the time. So we should never ever keep on thinking about the things that you have done wrong. Okay, we all make mistakes. We all we are humans. We are not if we are perfect, then we are already enlightened. But my genuine advice is about make sure we don't think about the wrong things that you did, but try to be mindful and make an effort, as we have been discussing in the past. Don't let those negative thoughts arise in you again. Don't let those negative actions come to your habit again. If they are there, be mindful when it arises. Be mindful to say a no to it. Okay, if there are wrong things that you haven't done, never do it again at all, because you know that they are wrong things. So if your mindset is always in the positive, we will be never thinking in this way anyway. So therefore, with that short reflection, talking about good and bad deeds, tomorrow we'll talk about the good deeds. So today the gatha was about grieving in the wrong deeds that one has done. looking at the, every person perhaps, if they are guilty in the prison, will be always thinking about the wrong things they have done. But but we have to always remember, like Angulimala's story, there are things, there are times we can change, and every person will change, and every person can change. So this is not a time for us to be critical of other people, but actually be mindful of your personal spirituality, and always try to be positive, think positive, change yourself, and therefore that will be the blissful path that we can take and attain. Eventually we will get to the right track. So this is what the Gatha said. So the Chunda, who actually was doing all the killing, every day he was killing so many animals, but it became such a habit that he could not let go of those negative things that he had done. Eventually he was squealing like a pig, and after that he was born in a woeful state. So therefore, let's be mindful of our actions. Let's not do let's actually at least observe the 5 precepts. Try to protect the 5 precepts. Be mindful of your actions, be mindful of your words. Then slowly we can be mindful of our minds as well. Okay, so with that a short reflection, let us now go to our meditation. Okay, so this is the time we take a few minutes for ourselves. So first of all, as usual, make sure you have a balanced body. Secondly, right hand on your left palm. And thirdly, close your eyes. Okay. So be mindful of your sitting posture. Just be aware of how you are. It's very different before 6:30. It's quiet, it's peaceful. Just sitting, you are making the body be like that. So it is possible to still yourself. Be appreciative and thankful that you are able to do meditation. It's quite an important thing. Being able to let go of your personal interests for the time being and sitting down to meditate is a great thing. So reward yourself, praise yourself, letting go of all personal interests. If there are family members sitting with you, thank for their presence. Be appreciative of their presence. Be mindful of their presence. Together you are sitting down for this religious observance. It's a peaceful environment. Right here, right now, we are all peaceful. Be mindful of the infrastructure around your room. Now be mindful of other people, family members in your home who may not have been joining with you. Don't criticize them, don't be critical. Just be aware of their activities. Let go. Come back to your personal observation. So this stillness is quite important to develop loving kindness. Because when you are able to focus, we will not be pursuing with our personal expectations, which is quite harmful or quite an obstruction for loving kindness. The peace of mind is able through kindness, not allowing your personal fixed views, personal likes, personal ego, selfishness to come into the scene. So we let go of all of those things because it is an obstruction for kindness. When those come, we create a big gap between the current reality and your expectation. We also let go of all our disagreements, any frustration, any irritation, any boredom. They are all negative emotions coming through dissatisfaction. So when those come into our mind, we are not kind, we are not compassionate, we are a bit envious, angry, hateful. Sometimes we can't forgive. It is all these that actually stop us from becoming kind. So during this time of lockdown, we have to be very mindful of each other's and be appreciative of each other, not let your interests come in between them and you. And if there is a situation that you would want others to be there for you, that is the same way we have to think of others. Forgive everyone, let go of everything. No conditions in this love, no condition in this kindness. And wish everyone, yourself and everyone, that happiness that has no condition, the kindness that has no condition, the harmony, the peace that has no condition. And this is metta in Buddhism. As much as a mother loves her child, so should we all be kind to everyone without any contracts or conditions. So reflect on these wordings or lines. May I be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to me. May no problems come to me. May no difficulties come to me. May I always meet with success. May I also have the patience, courage and understanding to meet and overcome difficulties in life. May I be free from anger. May I be free from frustration. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from pain and suffering. You can skip the stations if they don't relate to you. May my parents, grandparents, teachers, uncles and aunts, and other in-laws be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no problems come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they always meet with success. May they also have the patience, courage and understanding to meet and overcome difficulties in life. May they be free from anger. May they be free from frustration. May they be free from jealousy. May they also be free from pain and suffering. Contemplate on those for a while. May my husband, wife, or partner, may my children, grandchildren, brothers, sisters, cousins, nephews and nieces, friends, colleagues at work, neighbors, and some neutral people you meet daily. May they all be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no problems come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they always meet with success. May they also have the patience, courage and understanding to meet and overcome difficulties in life. May they be free from anger. May they be free from frustration. May they be free from jealousy. May they be free from pain and suffering. May all living beings, including your pets, birds, animals and insects that come to your garden, seen and unseen beings, including all sentient beings, be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no problems come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they always meet with success. May they also have the patience, courage and understanding to meet and overcome difficulties in life. May they be free from pain and suffering. May I be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to me. May I be free from pain and suffering. So we have come to a close to our today's online broadcast. As usual, we have been broadcasting our evening Buddha Puja, Paritta Chanting, Dhamma Reflection and meditation on loving kindness. So tomorrow is meditation on mindfulness. So if you are a weekly participant, tomorrow we will be holding mindfulness meditation as usual. So the online series of Dhamma Reflection will continue until Kathina ceremony, that is on the 24th of October this year. So today we have been fortunate to have sponsors Mr. Nishan and Sanjeev Pahalavatta along with Mrs. Rupika Pahalavatta. So Nishan is celebrating his 50th birthday and therefore the sponsorship. So we wish him all the very best, many happy returns of the day. May he celebrate his 50th birthday in full swing. May every righteous aspirations be fulfilled. May he receive the blessings of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha for his good health, happiness and success. So we wish the same to all members of his family. We also remember today dedicating all merit accumulated to Mrs. Rupika Pahalavatta's brother-in-law, Sirinaga Disanaika, who passed away a month ago, and also Mr. Nishan's father, who passed away 15 years ago, Jinadasa Pahalavatta, and other relatives that have passed away in the family. So may they all, and all the departed, may they all be well, happy and peaceful. May they rejoice in our punya karma, and may they bless us. If they are in an unfortunate condition, may they recover from there and may they be happy. If they are in a good condition, may they prosper and also bless us. Eventually, may they all attain the blissful state of Nibbana. So tomorrow's sponsorship is by Agnes. So we hope we hope you will be able to join. I'm sorry, tomorrow is Wednesday, so our meditation on mindfulness is on Thursday. So tomorrow's sponsorship is by Agnes. So we thank you all for participating today in this Pinkama. May you all be well, happy and peaceful. So have a nice evening and enjoy the rest of the day. Okay? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.